Think of your life as a massive hotel room. And one of those big ones where it's like a kind of in a square shape. So when you walk out onto your balcony, you can see all the other doors of all the other rooms. And I don't know if you've seen some of the videos. Sometimes they'll have like choirs in these places, and all the kids will be around and they'll all be singing, you know. So think of one of those hotel rooms, and you can see all the doors. Well, if that's your life, first off, Jesus wants access to the lobby. You at least need to let him in, just for round one, right? But then what we do is we almost give him permission for different doors. Yeah, you do level 1. That's fine. Yeah. Or maybe level 2, and yeah, we'll give you the keys to these rooms, and so slowly but surely he's wanting to clean us up. He's wanting to make us into something better. And so he starts to work, and it's good, but then we got the janitor's closet, and we keep that door locked tight. Well, Jesus, you can have free reign of the place. You can clean all the rooms. And let's avoid that one, though, right? I keep that one locked. That one's just for me, Jesus. You don't need that one. That one's for me. And Jesus is just standing outside of that door. It's not that you're hiding it from him. He knows. He knows the brokenness that's behind there. But he's not going to get a sledgehammer or a wedge and drive this thing down. He's too good to do that. And so he just sits outside the door. He's like, son, I know what's going on in your home, son. I know what's there. And I'd love to help. But he's not going to break the door down. You have to surrender it to him. You have to open the door for him so he can walk through. And then he'll start to work and clean. And it's like the fire. Yeah, I know it. Oh, it's rough at times, but it's so good when it's done. It's like the dentist. No one likes to go to the dentist, right? It's like, oh, I think I might have a cavity. As long as I don't know about it, though, then it's almost like it doesn't exist. And then you go and you find out, 6. Oh, not that this ever happened to me. But you got to dig in. So I'm an insurance adjuster, and I work claims, and I get to travel all over. And I'll never forget this one that I ran into up in Kansas City, and it was a single mom, and she had 3 or 4 kids. And as soon as I walked in, you could just smell sewer. I don't think I need to explain sewer water. And what had happened is when they built this house, and I don't know why I run into all kinds of things that don't make sense, but they had a basement in the back. They had the drain in the back. And all of the sewage of the city was in the front, out by the streets. And so I don't know if when they built this that maybe they thought that the sewers were running in the alley, and so they put it there. Well, long story short, anyways, the line had collapsed. It was an old cast iron pipe, and so the line had collapsed somewhere between the drain and the edge of the basement. Somewhere, the drain's collapsed. Well, they had been gone or something, or their boy was home or something. I don't know what exactly happened, but the sewage water backed up into their basement. They had carpet. It was a finished basement. They had carpet and everything, and poopy water backed up into their basement. And so they had to rip out the carpet. And bless her heart, she didn't have the kind of money to fix this because she had spent it all on the house itself. She had left a bad relationship, and she just wanted something new, a fresh start for her family, and she probably bought something that she couldn't quite afford. I mean, just because you can afford it doesn't mean you can afford it, and so she's probably living a paycheck to paycheck, but her heart was pure, and she was just wanting the best for her kids and to get her out of what they had come from, and now she gets this estimate to fix the damages, and it was like $12,000. Because they're going to have to jackhammer the cement up They're going to have to remove the cement by hand and carry it up out the stairs. And then they're going to have to find the collapsed line and then repair it and fix it. But she doesn't have the money. And so I show up as an insurance adjuster, and luckily there was coverage in this case. But she's asking, but she's still got a deductible, and she can't afford her deductible. And so she's asking me, and she's hoping that I'm going to give her different information than what the plumber gave her. She's hoping there's a way around this expensive work that has to be done. And what they were doing in the meantime, the 2 weeks before I had gotten there, they had 5-gallon buckets in their bedrooms that they were using, I think you know. And then they'd take it outside, and they weren't running any water, because you can't run any water. You can't even take a shower because it's all goes down the same drain. And so they weren't taking showers. They were she was buying bottled water. And it was funny, when I first got there, I show up, and she said, the smell's kind of gone away, but the basement, you can still, they kept the basement door shut. She said, it still smells a little bit. I didn't have the heart to tell her that it smells up here too. You see, they had been living in it for so long that they didn't even recognize the smell anymore. Some of you have been living in it for so long that you don't even recognize it anymore. And yeah, I know it's not going to be fun to jackhammer the cement up. But you need to let God do some work. You need to let God work in your life and let Him jackhammer the cement up.